or maybe you're in kind of a desert, like hot climate. One thing that is going to help us out is protecting that windshield. Maybe it's from the snow or the ice and you don't want to spend the time scraping all that off the windshield. Or in the summertime, that heat comes through that windshield. It's like a magnifying glass. It will destroy your dashboard or just make your seats hot where you can't even get into it. But there's an easy solution, and this is from Bell & Howell. It is their Weatherforce 360 Deluxe Windshield Protection Cover. Take a look at your screen if you're seeing there how easy it goes on, fits on nice and easy there. So then when you come out, whether it's a hot day, you just peel that right off, and then it's not hot on the inside. Or it's that cold day, as you're seeing right there, that snow or that ice that you have to scrape off. You can kind of just peel the weather right off the front of your windshield. Easy on, easy to fold up. You see it right here folded up. Carry it with you in your car. It's a couple extra seconds that's gonna save you so much time later, whether it's the snow or whether it's the heat in your car and you're trying to cool it down. Today it's 20 bucks, $19.95, 5 flexible payments for $3.99. It's something you can do to kind of protect the investment of that car and also to save some time. And staying with us, he's been part of the Guy and Ty show all day today, Lou Caputo. Hey, Lou, how are you, buddy?
Doing well, Ty. I'm glad I finally get to work with you today again.
Yeah, so, I know, it's great. So this, you know, it's funny because I think like $20 is that spot where a $20 bill, you pay 20 bucks, but you want something that you're gonna use, something that's useful, and you never quite know. This is something that daily, no matter what climate you live in, you're gonna get the use out of it, my friend.
Year round. You could use this year round. And here's the thing about this. That $20 might save you a ton of money when it comes to repairs on your dashboard. Because if you live someplace like Florida, we've got that super hot sun beating down on us. You need to put something on your windshield to make sure the interior of your car doesn't get ruined by that sunlight. But this is it right here, folded down. And it's interesting because the little package that this fits into actually is attached to the Weatherforce 360 itself. So you're never going to lose the little carrier that this comes in. But let me show you a couple really cool features of this. First of all, this thing's huge. All right, it is 5.5 feet across and 4.5 feet down. This will fit on any vehicle on the roads, from the biggest pickup truck to the smallest car, okay? They've added magnets to this. Up here in the corners, there are magnets up here. So when you put this on your car, I've got a little piece of metal right here. You can see that sticks to the metal right there. See that? It's stuck to the metal. Right. So when you put that on your windshield, it's actually going to stick to it. Then the flap you're looking at right here, which side am I going to? One of these two sides. The flap you're looking at right here, the flap on this tucks into your door. So when you put this into the door of your car and you close it on it, it locks it into place so nobody can get this and take it off your windshield when you leave it out there. But I say it's a 365 days a year, really, kind of shield, is that in the wintertime, it keeps the snow, it keeps the frost off of there. In the summertime, it's stopping that hot sun from getting in there. And you're keeping the leaves off in the autumn because, you know, you don't want to get those on there. Where we are, we have maple trees and they leave those nasty stains on there. And it's going to keep the hard water off of there because this is waterproof. And I don't know about you, but my neighbor's sprinklers, I think, are aimed directly at my truck. So every time I go out there in the morning, my windshield is absolutely etched. But if I put this on there, because it is waterproof, it stops that from happening. In fact, I want to show you something real cool. Underneath here, I've actually got a piece of construction paper, okay? It's sitting right here on the table. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back in place. And by the way, the material this is made of is a very heavy nylon, almost like it's a piece of luggage. So if I take my water bottle here, and this is about where that was, and I just start spraying this, with a lot of other windshields, you'd see that the water would get through there. Yeah, it's gonna keep the snow off, but is it keeping the water and the moisture off? Let's take a look at that paper, and you can see right there, it's bone dry. So the water never touched it, it never affected it, it never did anything to it the whole time I was doing that. And that's a nice feature, but you know what I love about this, Ty, is that I'm not doing this. And if you live up north, did you ever live up north, Ty?
No, luckily, no. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could.
Well, if you ever lived up north, you know what this is. It's a snow broom and it's an ice scraper. Throw it away. You don't need this anymore. You're not going to be brushing snow off your windshield. You're not going to be scraping. And think about this. How much time, when you're in a rush, you're late for work, and you're running out there, and you look at the windshield, and you're like, ugh, I got to get out there. I got to scrape. No, with ours, all you do is you just take it and you whip it off. And that's it. It's so easy to do.
Yeah, exactly right. Save you so much time. How much time do you spend out there doing that? And of course, Lou, like you said, it's always when you're running a little bit late, when you need that windshield not to be full of ice or full of snow. So look, I'm holding it here. It is. Lou mentioned this fabric, how solid this fabric is, and I'm showing you just how big it is and how this is going to fit for 20 bucks, right? For 20 bucks, you're going to get so much use out of this. For me, Lou, I've always lived in warm climates, whether it was Texas or California or here in Florida. And the damage the sun has done to the interior of my cars, because I never had something like this, or because if these in the past were a little complicated, they weren't easy to put on, they weren't easy to take off, and I know myself, I'm not going to use it, and I never did. And those cars that I spent a lot of money on, those dashboards just start to crack, or you can't even get in and sit. This, the way Bell & Howell made this, easy on, easy off, right? Takes just seconds, saves you time, saves you money for about 20 bucks, right? For 5 flexible payments, $3.99, you can take advantage of that. Or even better, if you don't have the HSN credit card, now would be a great time to grab that. If it's something that you're interested in, you'll get this for almost free, because if you sign up for the HSN credit card right now, if you sign up today, you can go to hsn.com or on the phone, get approved in a minute, get the credit card, and on your first single item purchase, we'll take $20 right off the top. So we're gonna give you 20 bucks for signing up for the HSN credit card, and that makes this basically free. Now you're protecting the inside of your car if you live in a hot climate, or you're saving yourself all that time and all that scraping if you live in a cold climate for basically free. You know, it's Bell & Howell, Lou. It's what we've come to expect from Bell & Howell. You're right, they think about our lives. They think about what we need and how we use it every day, and they give us products and items that we're gonna use all the time that we want to use.
No, and they will. And you know what, even to the extent where they thought about, right here, that's the carrying case that this is actually sitting in. It's attached to the windscreen, so you fold it underneath when you put it on your windshield. It's always there. You're never going to lose it. Now, down here in Florida, a lot of us have these things, you know, we've all seen these pop-ups. So you take it out, and it's like, look at this thing. I mean, and then you got to figure out, how do I put that back in there? And guess what's the first thing? What do you lose all the time? You lose this. Remember what I said about my neighbor's sprinklers etching my windshield? This goes on the inside of the windshield. How is that helping me? How is that preventing? It's not helping me in the least. With the Weatherforce 360, it goes on the outside of the windshield. That's where I want it. Protect the glass, keep the ice off of it, keep the snow off, keep the leaves off, keep the water from etching it. And one more time here, I just noticed that this puddle, I've got this big puddle on the outside of this. If I flip this over again, take a look at this. There's that piece of construction paper. Now, why is it dry? Because the inside of this is like a rubberized material inside here. So no water is going to get through this. That's why you don't have to worry about the neighbor's sprinklers. You don't have to worry about the ice, the snow, none of that. But then, you know, if you live down here in Florida, the heat. It's gonna keep the heat out. It's the
heat, yeah, exactly right. And like you said, that heat, not only does it do damage to your interior, but you can't get into your car. You can't get in and sit in the car. I don't wanna put my kids in the car. I don't wanna put my dog in the car when it's that hot. Hey, let me ask you real quick, Lou, because I'm gonna be using this year round. How do I clean it?
Well, all you've got to do is just wipe it down. I mean, literally take a damp cloth and just wipe it off. But you know what? I'm glad you asked that question, because those other sun shields, like the one I just showed you a second ago, those last maybe one season. I mean, especially here in Florida, where we're basically living on the equator. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like one season. This is tough. This is a nice, tough fabric, and it's going to last year after year after year. But, you know, I think everybody's got to think about this, okay? Do you want to have this, or do you want to have this and a sun shield? You know what I mean? Because if you've got the ice scraper and the snow brush, I'd much rather just carry one thing around that does everything that I can use every single day.
You know, that's a really good point, because I've been saying, you know, either hot or snow, but a lot of places you get both of those things. A lot of places, right? You get both. I've only grown up in warm climates, but you're right. You need something for those winters and something for those summers. Well, now you just need one thing at $19.95. Your item number there is 724339. If you're just joining us this morning, take a quick look at your screen. You're going to see either in the winter or in the summertime, you're going to use this year round. This is the Bell & Howell Weatherforce 360 Deluxe Windshield Protection Cover. Takes just a couple of seconds to put it on. It's safe. People can't take it off because of the little flaps that go inside your door. And whether you're peeling the snow and ice off in the winter or you're protecting your interior and protecting yourself and your kids and your dogs from getting back into the car when it is 100 degrees outside, this is an easy solution and a very affordable solution for $19.95. And it's from Bell & Howell, who we love and trust here. We've been working with for almost a decade now, and they've been in business, over 100 years, bringing us the things we need when we need them.
Oh yeah, no, they have. And you know what? And it's the little touches that they did. I showed you earlier in the presentation, there are magnets built into the top of these, so it will stick to the top of your car. The flaps that go inside the doors, there's actually a piece of material inside of this so that when it's in there, if someone pulls on this, it's not going to come out of the door. So if they try to steal it, I don't want to see people are going to try to steal things, but you know how that goes.
Sure.
So you want to make sure, oh, and see what just happened there. This thing just popped open on me.
Those are a mess.
They're a mess. Well, and plus you got to open and close them inside the car. So if you've got a passenger with you and you're trying to, wrestle with this thing and get that out.
Like I said, on a comedy show here, Lou. This is great.
I know. I would much rather have just my Weatherforce 360 than have to carry all this around with me, year round. This is the deal right here.
That's great. Just grab one thing. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time this morning, welcome into HSN. So glad you found us. We're talking about problem solvers, and this solves many problems, whether it is the summer or whether it is the winter, and it's for $20, $19.95. Take a quick look at your screen if you can. This is brand new for us, but the brand is not brand new. This is a brand we've been working with here for almost a decade that you love and you trust. So for $20, you're protecting your windshield from the ice and the snow in the winter, and you're protecting your interior during the summer as well, and you have one item that is going to last you year-round. Lou, it's always a blast when you are here with us in the morning. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, Ty. Be well, my friend.
All right, we'll see you again. Your item number is 724-339. Head over to hsn.com and check that out. Another thing that I'd like for you to check out, something we did a little earlier, maybe you weren't with us earlier, but this is from Living Glow. I want you to check this out. I think we're on